Trent Lesser here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about a simple concept around the growth flywheel and the framework behind it. I see so many coaches and gurus and business consultants all talking about what systems you need and what it looks like, but nobody is talking about the sequence of which systems you need in place and why it's important to focus on building an entire flywheel. Let's dive in. I'm going to jump over to the iPad here. The growth framework consists of 3 different systems: lead gen systems, client conversion systems, and delivery optimization system. So I want you to think about these 3 systems are the engine that's going to grow, scale, and build your business. Let's dive into these a little bit further. The first one is your lead generation system. Your lead gen system consists of a consistent flow of leads. We need leads coming in on a consistent day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis. The next thing is having multiple traffic sources. You don't want to be caught just doing one. I see a lot of home improvement businesses that only focus in on door-to-door or trade shows. I see a lot of service providers that are just posting on Instagram and they're just working on their word of mouth. We want to have multiple forms of traffic that we're getting from this. And last is to make sure that you have a qualification process, because we want to spend our time, our energy, and our resources on people that are qualified for our services that we provide. So if you're just spending time talking to people that have no money, then we need to have a qualification process so that we're just spending time with the right types of people that can actually benefit from the services and the value that we provide. One of the biggest problems I see, I call it the feast or famine cycle, where some months you're just crushing it and others you have a lack of leads. If this is the issue, the system that you need to focus on and improve is your lead generation. Your client conversion system consists of your follow-up sequences. If you followed our blueprint that we have in the Stop Chasing and Start Scaling blueprint, you'll understand that we need to automate all of our follow-up: text, email, call, voicemail drop, but having follow-up sequences built out. We also want to track our sales pipeline. Having KPIs set up is going to tell us how many leads came in, how many leads did we convert, how many booked a call with us, booked our service, how many showed up for that, how many canceled, and how many moved forward, and then what's the repeat business if we have a repeat model in our service, right? But tracking your KPIs for your sales is incredibly important. We have objections and education. When we're following up with potential customers and we're getting new leads in, we need to be sending free information and educating our potential customers and overcoming the objections that are going to come up for them. If we can overcome them before they come up, we have a very smooth closing process, and it's going to boost our closing to where you're just focused on signing people up and less on trying to sell them what it is that you have to offer. But one of the biggest problems I see that people have in their business is that they have leads that go cold. You need to focus on your client conversion system. Now, the last system is the delivery optimization system. This consists of your SOPs and your workflows, your client onboarding. What does the service and the fulfillment and the delivery look like? Last is focusing on your team delegation. What exactly is it that you're delegating? And do you have SOPs and workflows set up so that it's all documented in process so that someone can just go into a Google Doc and see exactly step by step what that process looks like so that you can get results for your customers that are the same every single time? The importance of this is to understand that we have a lead generation system, a client conversion system, a delivery optimization system, and we create synergy where we get 1 + 1 = 3. When we boost one system, we get a compound effect of improving another system. If we focus on our delivery optimization and build out a solid referral process and our service crushes it, we are going to have more referrals and increase word of mouth leads that come to us, and it compounds. We are naturally improving our lead generation system because we're getting more leads in, right? And when we have more leads that come in, we're improving our client conversion system because we have more opportunities that we can convert, educate, and overcome objections, and thus increasing the amount of customers that move forward and do business. And last but not least, when we have more customers, we're improving and giving our delivery team more services to fulfill. And so it's natural naturally creating this flywheel where when we increase one, it's increasing the other. One of the biggest mistakes that I see entrepreneurs and business owners make all the time, especially if they're under 5K or 10K a month, is not having all three of these systems set up. And so oftentimes I consult, they just have a lead generation system, but they have no system to convert leads through their process. And they're just scrambling, reacting, or they have zero idea of what the delivery looks like for their clients. And they're just solely focused on generating leads, but they have zero system in place to make sure that they're providing a good service and that people are going to either come back or become a raving fan to where they're sending you referrals, boosting that word of mouth for you. And so it's really important that we build a minimum viable system of all three. We can tweak, enhance, evolve these systems as time goes on based on where you're at and how the business is performing. But you need to have a minimum viable system in place for all three of these in order to build and grow your business. If you're under 5K a month, you need to focus as your priority on building out your client conversion system, because we can have all the leads in the world, but if we don't know how to convert and book them and have them show up and close the business, then what the fuck's the point of all the leads in the first place, right? We need to be able to focus on our client conversion system first. Second is to make sure that you have lead generation set up and that you have a basic funnel, landing page, and have multiple traffic sources set up that bring in the leads. If you are between 5K and 20K a month, your priority is lead generation so that you can continue to generate leads because we have a client conversion system set up. If we're converting clients, then all we need to do to grow is get more leads so that we can get more clients. Secondly, focus on your delivery optimization, because once we're converting clients, now we need to start focusing on what does the delivery look like? Are we providing a quality service? Is our word of mouth growing? Are we getting referrals from this? And if you are above 20K, 50K a month, then your main focus should be on delivery optimization, making sure that you have all of your service delivery documented, you have workflows, you have SOPs set up, and you're focusing on your lead generation and scaling more money into this. So we are at the phase of scaling our lead generation. If you are above 50K a month in revenue for your business, your primary focus should be on refining your systems, improving them, making them more efficient, more effective, creating less work and automating the systems, and also on team delegation. And so what roles, what responsibilities do you have, and do your people get, want, and have the capacity to do the work? And so listen, remember, the goal is not perfection. The goal is making sure that you have a minimum viable system set up for all three of these. It gives you clarity over where you should put your focus when you have limited energy, attention, resources to dive into, and you're confused on what you need to focus on in order to move the needle forward in your business. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment on this video, tell me where are you at in your business. And remember, if you haven't already, we have free resources. You can get access to different frameworks and examples and even case studies going through documenting all of these processes in our blueprint, the Stop Chasing, Start Scaling blueprint. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.